Greetings, my friends. I hope we're having a good day. We're really in the midst of those very, very powerful tests. It's a period of testing. I want to talk about those two assemblies right now. It is the assembly of the dragon cloud. It is the assembly of the selection. All of humanity is being tested. The character who is ready to move into this new age, and so it's really a very powerful, very intense, and we're really grateful that God will liberate us. Eventually we'll come into this new assembly, the dragon flower, which will still be the dragon is the activities, the motion, the creative motion of heaven. The cloud is the symbol of change, transformation. But the assembly of dragon flower, it will be about quintessential reality, about joy, happiness, and it will be a reconnection with all the ascended master under the supervision and the presence of the supreme being. So it's like everything is being led to that process. It will take another, and by the end of the decades, the timelines will be clearly defined. All will be changed. But where we've been given an extension to qualify as many people is possible. I'm going to talk about a few ideas that are relative to my own revelation, truth, unfoldment, consciousness, and take whatever resonates with you. For as human beings, we are not just human beings in reality. We are that which is our human aspect. We are human beings, nevertheless, and we have many other aspects that are on other invisible planes. But we are very unique entities. We are all very unique on a unique path, with a unique origin, a unique history, a unique destiny, with unique perception of reality, and so we're very, very complex entities. And so we have to learn how to align with this other parts of ourselves, that is the our soul, our spirits, and our higher self. For God is also a unique being, but it is very simple. For him, everything is simple, everything is easy. He knew all things before he even created the universe, and all is far greater than what we can ever conceive with our human mind. The grandiosity of the universe of universes. There is infinite complexity as well, but to God the complexity are simple. So the more we can rely on trust and faith, so that God can handle things for us and reveal to us the truth, the more, the easier, the closer we are to that. Because God is infinite perfection. For those who can understand that, there is infinity of perfection, infinity of wisdom, infinity of love. God is all powerful, all knowing, and the first command that we receive when we left that Creator, when we left the great shining orb of light that is our source, is to be you perfect. But we can never achieve total perfection. We need to continue to work on perfecting ourselves. But the only way to perfect ourselves is to be unified with our divinity. I think that's the meaning of that phrase, because we can never achieve perfection from a mental plane. There will always be challenge, and God will always show us imperfection. But when we are aligned with our divinity and the divinity revealed to us, we are in the state of perfection. It means total love and acceptation of who we are, and love our imperfection as part of the perfection of the whole. For it's, I'm just expressing once again my own perception, but I'm sure there is truth to that, and there is I thank you and I wanted to thank you for your presence. I thank you for your likes, your comments, for your sharing, don't forget to subscribe if you can. I thank you so very much for your donations. This really allows me to continue to make those videos right now. And if you want a private session or consultation, or if you want to discuss art, you can send me an email. And I wanted to make a little note. It's like I love YouTube and I love the internet, even though it doesn't love me all that much. I wanted to monetize my channel. It's what you're talking about is not in the direction of the platform. All the algorithm of the internet are, if you're trying to support the 3D program of conflict and duality, they will support you. They will assist you. But if you're trying to liberate humanity, it's not really going that way. So do not expect the algorithm to work for you if you are in the enlightenment process. But all the social media and all that will evolve into something far greater. It is a trend. It is something that was created by the millennials, and but it will pass and evolve into something far greater. So right now, but we just want to say, we send love throughout the whole internet, and because we hope that eventually everything will be turned to serve the collective, the greater good, the highest good of all, eventually, and will be supportive of all those. Although this community of light workers is actually the fastest growing community on the internet. So right now there is we're waiting for this solar flash. After the solar flash, all will be changed, and right now we have to adapt to circumstances, and it is a challenging time. And there is adversity is also adversity, challenging situation and difficulty. How we deal with it and the choice we make when we are under pressure reveals our character. So it is why there is God is allowing all those difficulties to happen, so that people can demonstrate whether they have compassion or they're selfish in those times of challenge. And so to see how we can qualify it for the age of peace and joy and harmony that is coming. And it's an age of concord and wisdom, where beings there is no more racism or bigotry or jealousy, no more need for violence, conflict, all of that. And so it's a matter of building a character. But we get this extension. It was supposed to happen at the end of 2012, but so very few people would have survived that shift. Yet there will come a time that no matter the law of evolution will, when it's going to be the time, it's like whoever's left will be left, whoever will go. It's like it's part of the law of evolution that some will pass and some will not. So we have to accept that and live in the now as much as possible, and to be thankful to God when our own period of test is over. We'll finally be free to experience the creativity, joy, and sharing. I'm eager to get to work as spirit. There's a lot of things happening on the astral now. It's like, but it's a very powerful time for manifestation right now. So just stay optimistic as much as possible. Sometimes it's hard. Like yesterday, it was really hard to keep a high frequency, to stay optimism. I had to deal with loss of a soul connection and loss of a lot of things. But we all have to deal with loss, and sometimes all the people that we love, sometimes they depart before us. We'll all, in truth, we'll meet them again. We'll be reunited again. And a lot of things we may lose in the physical play, or a lot of things that we enjoy that we lose. God will bring it back. So it's like we have to have trust and faith when we're. The waves is like we are like in the bottom of the wave. The wave will go back up, and because everybody needs to go through adversity when we live on the earth, but we have to understand it's only a temporary experience when we have to navigate those moments of loneliness or we feel disconnected. It's a show, it's like a theater, but it does feel real because we are very emotionally involved with our own story. It's like and it's normal, it's part of the process. We need to heal our emotional body. It's important, understanding tomorrow is always another day. In any event, we have to deal with what's today, but it's like when we go see a show, like a movie, for instance, or a play, we get involved emotionally in the story, so we can participate. It touches us. We associate mentally with the character and all that. But at the end, the show ends. At the end of the movie, it's like the end, and it's like we realize we were just in a theater. Then we leave the theater, and it's a little bit the same thing with life. We come to experience that in this life, but at some point it ends, and then we realize this was just a show. So it's like it's all we're participating on that level. So it is good. It is good right now to because there's so much information and disinformation that are being communicated online and all that. I'm not even talking about mainstream media. Eventually, it will turn around, but get your information directly from source. Ask God for all the information. God knows all things, but He will give you only the information that is coherent to your consciousness and relative to your experience and life and education in relationship to your consciousness. But get as much as possible the information directly from source, and we need to seek to fix our mistake, to not repeat the same mistake. But sometimes we're not aware of what our mistakes are, and for those who sometimes we lose certain things because of mistakes, opportunities, or so on. And so, but so we have to forgive ourselves for that and learn the lesson and try not to repeat it, to gain wisdom from our mistakes. So I talked about those two assemblies that are, there is the assembly of selection, and then will be the assembly of election, those who will be elected at the end of when the time of what we call the final judgment. It might be a little bit dramatic, so we need to be firmly connected to our source to go through that with ease. And there is the three great spiritual doctrines. For we live in a sub-universe of 12 dimensions. Right now we're third and fourth dimension, and we're moving to fourth, fifth, sixth, seventh, beyond what we experience in physicality. But all the 12 dimensions of our sub-universe are polarized. It means that there is yin and yang, there is masculine and feminine, there is cold and hot, there is day and night, there is everything is polarized, pure and impure. There's countless aspect of that yin and yang, and what we seek is to always find the balance between the two. And there are a lot of light councils, karmic councils. I met those two wonderful beings once. They called the yin and the yang. They're like the Tao, and they're always balancing things out. They're always together. They're wonderful. They're universal logos, but they're on the high planes. For there's a lot of karmic councils and all kinds of councils that balance out the merits and the sins of humanity, and that's what this council does. It's like there's three beings on very high level that are monitoring and evaluating the karma and the conditioning, the experiences of life. The first one is called the highly venerated Lord of the original principle. This original principle is known by the non-initiated as the way of the good. It's the promotion of religion and morality. The second one is known by the Lord and Master of all celestial knowledge. Is known by the non-initiated as the way of evil, of darkness. But in truth, but he holds all the keys and codes of the celestial mechanism and the ways of magic. And then the third one is the founder of the Tao, the middle way that balances it out. So because magic is something very powerful, magic is about the understanding on how to transcend physical laws. It is there is all kinds of understanding that God knows that we do not know, but we tune into this higher level of magic, and this is really something that I've been trained, I've been practicing, I've been educated to do that on the astral plane, astral spiritual, but now it's going to be able to manifest in matter. It's quite exciting. So there is all kinds of laws and codes, but we need to be very careful not to utilize magic in a negative way. But so we want to do that in coordination, to be surrounded, to be accompanied by a certain ascended master. It's always easier, like or our guides. For we all working on our ascension, the ascension of our consciousness, consciously or unconsciously, but everybody's learning, growing, and evolving. No matter what the level they're on, everybody's learning through the experience, because the experience will teach us a lot more than words. It's the experience. But our higher self is also learning, growing, and evolving, and working on an ascension on a higher level sometimes, and we seek to bring back this energy of our ascended self. I do feel today is D-Day. The manifestation potential is really powerful, the hour of God. There is this trine between the sun that's moving into the air sign of Gemini, that makes a triangle to Pluto retrograde in the air sign of Aquarius. It's a very powerful. And you will really, by the new moon on the 26th, we'll see a lot of change. It's a very, very powerful opening of kinds of communication and soul connections and a lot of revelation. We do need to move from materialism to heart-based center living. We need to regain our sovereignty. That means no one is superior than you are. It has no power over you. It's really except the source and our inner divinity. Of course, we need to be submissive to our inner divinity and the great source, the great I am. But other than that, everybody's one. There is no, whether they're higher in consciousness or lower in consciousness, we're still equally part of the one, for that is the true part of ourselves. So when you have somebody that's somebody, or even a spirit, an archangel, or even a human being that's higher in consciousness, you have to respect that he's got more consciousness, or you receive the consciousness, you respect that, the consciousness, or when higher spirits. But when you're meeting somebody that's on a lower consciousness, you have to respect the fact that they have more ignorance than you do, and so you take on the role of a teacher, or support. You don't try to force knowledge into anyone. And so right now there is the timeline of separation. There is separation of timelines between two major groups. The timeline, it's a progressive thing, and it will be completed by the end of the decades. This Renaissance 2030 is going to be very, very different by the time we finish this decades. There is the ascending timeline that leads to the paradise earth in the fifth dimension, that is supported by God and the universe, and there is the descending timeline that leads into 3D, and it will eventually get harder and harder and harder, and eventually will collapse 3 and 4D. And so the ascending timeline is the ascension into love and more love. But and then but everybody is free to choose fear. There is free will for quite a while longer, and that will continue to unfold in a way. We're going to have to coexist with the fear-based program and fear-based egregores and groups. Eventually all will collapse, but the time is given for as many people as possible to qualify for this new age of peace and harmony, the age of wisdom. We have to earn our freedom. We have to earn to show to God that we're worthy of living free. For now, there is still a lot of human beings or beings in human form that are not being kind, that are not being loving, that are really abusing the planet, abusing others. So there is a great a general cleansing process that is happening. It's like everything is tested. It is a very important moment for us, and we're participating in the greatest shift humankind has ever come to know in its evolution. So it's because the old timeline of 3D, the materialism and all that, it's already offered all the lessons we needed to learn. It doesn't mean that we cannot enjoy the physical and all the good things out of life in the physical, but we're no longer trapped within to believe that this is the only thing, the accumulation of the power over and the accumulation of things is like, of course, all of that is fine, the material things, and to maintain power over our mind so we can control our reality. That's part of the process. We need to balance out the intuition and the logical. For it is the system of beliefs that maintain reality in place. So as long as people believe in something, those things will continue to exist. So yet we're traversing this part of the galaxy, and there is a new age, that the new energy, cosmic energy, that's been supported by the universe, an ascension process that the Earth and the universe is doing, that those cosmic energy are forcing the end of the status quo, and would challenge the dark controllers and all the dark 3D matrix. So there is a higher force, that supreme intelligence in truth, but it's an eternal quiet force that guides, that condition the evolution of all life in the universe of universes. So it's good to be abandoned to the wisdom of our higher self, our inner self, and to continue to follow and seek joy, seek happiness, seek pleasure, to share, and to seek this freedom from the old cycle, and to let go of the test as much as possible. Sometimes we are tested, so but we passed the test. My spirit told me, the Christ came to me for when I had to go through hell for about 2 months in my life. It was absolute hell. I felt my life was a horror movie. It was turned into a horror movie. The last day I was like, the Christ came down and said, you passed all the tests, that's good. Now it's like my purgatory. I've been climbing this mountain of purgatory. I'm really eager. I'm at the door of paradise, that this doors open. I hope Allah will be kind and make it happen for me. For it's like everybody's conceiving of the supreme being in different way. For me, Allah is very, very powerful spirit in my life. It's although I'm not, I don't belong to any religion, but he's been a guide and protector and an inspiration for me. And the observer of the day is the orphan. And we have to accept the time of solitude and to feel like we've been dropped in here and left alone, or to have lost for certain loss. We have to. That's teaching us to be detached. To learn to be detached and to know that the connection will be made. And this month's coming, there could be some reconnection when we've been separated from somebody we love, for instance, from God, or from an experience, or from whatever, for a time, and then we regain that, we return to the connection. There is a great deal of joy. It's like somebody who's never been sick cannot appreciate health as much as somebody who's been through a long process. So it's like there is wisdom to that. Our soul is make us go through this separation, this feeling of separation, because there's going to be some reunification that are going to be coming. The higher wisdom is a new life. It's awakening from a dream of separation. It's like this little fairy. She's awakening. There's a new life that is before us, even though it's still. We're going to see how it manifests in matter now. We want it to. We are ready to manifest it in matter. What we need to understand is the reparation. There is many things that needs to be repaired. So it's like, for me, it's like I'm gonna give myself, as soon as I have the resources to do that, I'm gonna give myself 2 weeks to create all those reparation, and then I'm gonna be able to get into my project and then move on to the creative function. So what we need to do is trust, continue to trust, to have faith. It's very important to have faith and trust. And the outcome is a balance, is the equitable being. We're moving closer to the equinox. The equinox will assist in bringing the balance that is coming. So it's about being transparent, being honest, being fair, being just, and to act upon our guidance always. But the balance is coming, the equilibrium between this yin and yang within ourselves, our mental and emotional, our creative and receptive aspects. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I'm going to finish with a little song. I thank you not to forget to subscribe. I thank you for your likes. I appreciate your comments. It's always and for sharing as well for your donations if you can. Really assist me right now. And if you're on a private session or talk about art, you can send me an email. So I'm going to finish with this little song that went through my mind. It's a long song. It's from the 19th century. It's a folk American song. Everybody knows about this song, but it's a story of somebody who's lost the person he loves. And so it's very miserable. At the end of the song, that I'm not going to sing the whole song, I think the person returns. So it's like goes like this. The other night, dear, as I lay sleeping, I thought I held you in my arm. But as I woke, dear, I was mistaken. So I bowed my head and cried. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. I've always loved you and made you happy, and nothing else could come between. But now you've left me to love another. You have shattered all my dreams. You are my sunshine, my only sunshine. You make me happy when skies are gray. You never know, dear, how much I love you. Please don't take my sunshine away. Well, sometimes we can. It's okay to be alone. It's going to be nice to feel connected to soulmates, even if it's not the same person that we thought it was. God and God and the universe has aligned the energy so that we can finish our incarnation with the comfort of being with another soul that can share our life. What is very essential. A lot of things on this. No man is an island, and we're not solitary messenger. Those are the only beings that can live alone, that are comfortable to be alone. Everybody else needs this social. So there's going to be a social reconnection throughout this month with this traversing of the sun to Gemini. We pray, we hope that all of that will be, there's going to be a lot of soul connections. Well, my friend, I hope this whole message resonated with you. And the card of the day is hope, espoir, espérance. So it's very much about hope, faith, and trust. Huh? What we need, the higher wisdom is about happiness. Feel already the happiness of what is to come, even though it's not manifested. There is still this potential to receive, to tune in to happiness, to make the connection on the soul level as much as possible. What we need to understand is work. I know I'm so excited. This work that is coming. I'm really eager to get to work. I can't really define all of the little details because there's a lot of details, but I mean, I know what I'm going to do, and I know how I'm going to do it, but there's a lot of details. But it's all about work. It's like work is like the key. It's like how do we serve? So it's finding the work that is. There's a lot of people that are doing jobs just to make money. Will be able to be provided in another way. So they're going to have to be able to find a way to serve a work that is more aligned with their soul and spirit. So it's like a lot of change are coming with this awakening. The Uranus is awakening this year. So what we need to do is complementarity. It's all about soulmate and complement. We're finding the people that are true match for who we are, to complement each other. And the outcome is potentiality. There's all kinds of potential, and then the potential we're going to have to seek first we have a connection, then it becomes a potential, and then we will have to make the potential potential actual, to see whether all of that, how it crystallizes. Well, my friend, thank you very much. Wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.